Masala chai. Hi, I'm Anupa and I welcome you to Sanjeev Kapoor Khazana and a warm welcome to our new series of cooking for beginners. So let's make some beverages today. The basic beverage one should know if you are a beginner in the kitchen is how to make tea. Tea is something which every human being would like to have at least a cup full in the morning. So if you know how to make someone's morning bright and beautiful, here's this wonderful recipe. Very basic recipe of masala chai is what I'm going to share with you. So let's quickly see what all we need to make masala chai. So for this we need tea leaves, milk, sugar, green cardamom, ginger. So to begin with, we will have to first put some water to boil. So what I have here is a pan of boiling water which I am first going to pour in my cup of tea. Why, I'll tell you. We'll keep this aside. And now we'll begin with making tea. So first we'll start with measuring water. So if you were to make 1 cup of tea, you will need to take about half a cup of water and pour it in the pan. Now this has to come to a boil. In the meanwhile, let's do one more thing. We'll add ginger to this. Since we are making masala chai, we'll take ginger and we have to crush this. So whatever gadget that you have at home, use that and crush the ginger and add it to the water. After this, we need to add some green cardamom also. That also you can crush here and put it in. Then is the time to add sugar. So for 1 cup of tea, I would add about a teaspoon of sugar since I don't prefer very sweet tea. But if you like sweet tea, you could add 1.5 teaspoons of sugar. And now this has to come to a boil. So in the meanwhile, let me explain why I have added hot water to my cup of tea. In the mornings when you are reading the newspaper and having your tea, very often you will notice that the tea goes cold. Why? Because the cup is not hot. So if the cup stays hot and your tea is also hot, so that way the tea stays hot for a longer period of time, and that way you can enjoy hot tea along with your morning newspaper. That's a wonderful tip. You should keep this in mind. Whether it is tea or coffee, if you follow this, your tea and coffee will stay hot for a longer period of time. It is very easy to follow it on a day-to-day basis. Since you are anyways going to be boiling water for your tea, you rather boil some more and pour it in your cup. In the meanwhile, you make the tea. Okay, if you don't want to do this, you pour water in the tea cup and put it in the microwave for about a minute. Automatically the cup and the water both gets heated and your tea is also made at the same time. So this has come to a boil. Now to this we will add 1 teaspoon of tea leaves. If you like it stronger, maybe some more, but 1 teaspoon is more than sufficient, and this has to boil well. Basically the tea leaves have to get brewed into the water that we have boiled. So this could be for a minute or so that you can boil the tea leaves. And to this now we will add milk. Now there are a lot of people in India especially who like their tea milky. They like a lot of milk in their tea. So in that case you have to boil it for a longer period of time, because when the tea leaves and milk come in contact with each other, the color doesn't get very dark. So if you like milky tea, boil the tea leaves in water for a longer time so that it gets a little strong, and after that pour the milk. So here I am pouring milk. So if you were to take 3/4 cup of water and 1/4 cup of milk, this will give you about 1 cup of tea. This is how generally a tea is made in an Indian house. Of course, you can have your own variations whereby there are a lot of people who don't prefer much milk in their tea and they like their tea a little darker. So you could also add very little milk to it. This taste depends from person to person, and every person has its own version of making tea. But here, since you are a beginner, I am here to show you how to make a basic masala tea. After you have mastered the art of making good tea, you can come up with your own version. So we have to basically boil this till the entire flavor gets gelled together and you have this lovely flavorful masala chai. Okay, so this is done. We'll switch off the heat. And now what do we do with this cup of water? We will throw this away. So you see, the cup is absolutely hot, the strainer is ready. So after your tea is made, what you can do is let the pan stay as it is, and after that you can strain this into a teacup, or you could also strain it into a flask. You can make about tea or 4 to 5 cups of tea and keep it in a flask, as you may have many members in your family. So now is the time to pour the tea. So this is it. Masala chai is ready. Make this recipe just the way I have made it and you'll be very proud of yourself.